Thank you for coming in today. We appreciate you taking the time to interview with us.
No, it's my pleasure. I am very excited and motivated to work in this company, sir.
All right, let's see. Let's start by going over your resume. I see here that you have experience in customer service. That's interesting. All right. Can you tell me more about your role at your previous company?
Of course. At my last job, I worked as a customer service representative for about 3 years. My main responsibilities included answering customer inquiries, resolving issues, and processing orders. I also helped train new employees and contributed to improving our customer satisfaction scores. It was a challenging but rewarding job, and I learned a lot about effective communication and problem solving. It was amazing.
That sounds like valuable experience. It's always important to have strong customer service skills, especially in our industry. But I suppose you know that. For sure. Let's see. We need to know, and it's important, how did you handle difficult customers? Also, of course, can you give me an example of a challenging situation you faced?
Yes, of course I can, sir. I encountered many challenging situations during my time there. One instance that stands out was when a customer was very upset about a delayed shipment. The customer had been waiting for a product that was on back order, and when it finally shipped, there was another delay due to a logistics issue. The customer called very frustrated, and I listened carefully to their concerns. I apologized for the inconvenience and assured them that I would personally track the shipment and keep them updated. I also offered a discount on their next purchase as a gesture of goodwill. By the end of the call, the customer was still disappointed, but they appreciated my effort to resolve the issue and left the conversation much calmer. That was a difficult situation, but I could handle it.
That's a great example of handling a tough situation with professionalism. We value employees who can keep their cool under pressure. Moving on, why are you interested in this position with our company? What attracted you to apply here?
Well, it's simple. I've heard a lot of positive things about your company's reputation, especially in terms of innovation and employee satisfaction. Very good comments. I'm also very interested in the industry you're in, and I believe my skills and experience could be a good fit for the role. I'm looking for a place where I can continue to grow and contribute meaningfully, and I feel that your company offers those opportunities.
We are glad to hear that you are excited about the possibility of joining our team. Now let's talk about your goals. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I hope to advance in my career by taking on more responsibilities and possibly moving into a leadership role. I'm eager to continue learning, whether through additional training or by gaining new experiences in different areas of the business. Ultimately, I want to be in a position where I can make a significant impact on the company's success while also mentoring others. I love teaching others, so I would love to do that.
That's an admirable goal. Continuous growth is important to us as well. Very good. Before we wrap up, do you have any questions for me? You can ask now.
Yes, I do have a few questions. Can you tell me more about the team I would be working with if I were to join the company? Also, what are the next steps in this hiring process?
You would be working with a small, close-knit team that values collaboration and creativity. Everyone brings unique skills to the table, and there is a strong focus on teamwork. As for the next steps, we still have a few more interviews to conduct. After that, we'll review all the candidates and make our decision. That's it. You should hear back from us within the next couple of weeks. Don't worry.
Thank you for all the information so far. I do have a couple more questions. First, could you give me an idea of the salary range for this position? Please.
That's a great question. The salary range for this position is typically between $3,000 per month to $4,000 per month. More or less, depending on experience and qualifications. We aim to offer a competitive salary that reflects the level of responsibility and expertise required for the role. You know that.
I think that's great. I'm also curious about the benefits package and the typical work schedule. Could you tell me more about what's offered in terms of health insurance, vacation time, and the standard working hours? That information is important for me.
Certainly. Our benefits package includes comprehensive health insurance, with options for dental and vision coverage, a 401k plan with company matching, and generous paid time off, including vacation and personal days. As for the work schedule, we have a standard 40-hour work week, Monday through Friday, with some flexibility in start and end times depending on your department's needs. Oh, we also offer opportunities to work remotely or adjust hours when necessary, as we understand the importance of work-life balance.
Thank you for the information. I'm really interested in this opportunity, and I appreciate you considering me for the role. Seriously.
Thank you for your time and for sharing more about your experience with us. It was a pleasure meeting you, and we'll be in touch soon. Have a great day. I will see you soon.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day as well. Take care.
Finally, he left. I am tired. Does he really think we will hire him? Doesn't he realize that this interview is just filler? We already have the person who will fill that job position. The questions are routine, designed to gather information, but the decision to hire has already been made, or rather, the decision not to hire anyone. The candidate, unaware of this, is doing their best to make a good impression, presenting their skills and experiences sincerely. The interview maintains a professional position, keeping the conversation engaging and making the candidate feel valued, even though the outcome has been predetermined. I am tired. I just want to go home. What? Why are you looking at me like that? This is something very common in companies. Don't tell me it's never happened to you.
Good morning. Robert Jameson, right? How do you feel today, Jameson?
Oh, I'm fine. It is a pleasure to meet you. It has been a great morning for me.
That's good. So you came here for the job opening we have for...
For the new supervisor. Your secretary called me yesterday to tell me I was selected for this interview.
Oh, right. So have you worked as a supervisor before? Or is it your first time?
I have been working in the same area for years. And I think I'm ready to move forward.
Great. Although we don't usually hire people with zero experience in the area.
Oh, no. I do have a lot of experience in the area. But not as a supervisor.
I see. Don't worry, Jameson. Why don't you tell me a little about yourself?
About myself? Sure. Where to start? Well, you already know my name and surname. I haven't always lived in the city. I moved from California some years ago to study here. I came to this city just for that reason. To study a career. I studied business management. I graduated with honors, being the first place of my class. We were 100 people. So I considered that as an important achievement since I was not very smart in school.
That's excellent. Congratulations. And why did you decide to study that career?
Well, my father was a businessman too and the general manager of an important company. Of course, it was many years ago because now he's retired. He is 70 years old now. Anyway, I used to see him talking about business and how to manage a company, and I like that. And that's why I decided to study this amazing career. I think I can do a great job as a supervisor.
Okay, so what do you think is necessary for this job position, Jameson?
Since you need to manage people, you need to have leadership first, and I think I have it.
You think you have it. Why do you say that? Can you give me an example of your leadership?
I grew up in California, and it's true I wasn't the best student at the school. At least not in math or science. But I was chosen as the high school president for 3 years in a row. That was amazing. As a president, I could help the students to get some improvements for the school. Of course.
And why were you chosen as the high school president if you weren't that intelligent?
I was popular and many people knew about my abilities to manage difficult situations.
I see. Now I would like to know about your family. Tell me about it, please.
I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. They all live in California with my parents in a big house. I was the only member of the family who decided to move from his hometown. I really wanted to become a professional. And that's why I worked to pay for the career.
I think that's impressive. Now, what are your greatest strengths and weaknesses?
Well, I consider myself as a responsible and committed person. That's one of my strengths. I can take full responsibility for my team performance, being this good or bad. I'm also committed to my career. So, if I need to stay extra hours to complete a project, I won't hesitate to do that. And about my weakness, I can be stubborn sometimes. I could say that his conviction, but it is not good to believe something can go just one way. Of course, I'm working on that. I think it is normal to confuse passion with obstinacy.
You're right. Sometimes when we do things with passion, we can do it wrongly.
I have 5 years working in the business management area, and I could learn those things.
I see. And are you able to work under pressure? That's usual here.
Sure, I am. In my 5 years working in this area, I always worked under pressure. That is something very common in this job. We have to deal with different situations every day. I'm able to work under pressure and also to lead a large group of people to get the objectives.
That's true. Now, what is the biggest challenge you have ever faced in your life?
I am the kind of person who likes challenges. Since I was a child, I have faced a lot of them. But I think the biggest one was the decision of moving to another city. It was hard to do. I had to deal with debts, finding a place to live, getting a work to pay for my stuff. It was definitely a difficult moment in my life. But happily I could handle it successfully.
It really is. Okay, Jameson. I don't usually hire inexperienced workers, but this time I'm going to make an exception. I think you have the necessary skills for this job. And of course, you can learn easily how to manage people in this company. You know, this is an important company in the city, and we need people who can represent us well. So I think you passed this interview, and you are now able to come tomorrow to talk to the general manager. Because you need to meet him, and he's going to explain more about the company.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. I promise I will do my best for this company.
It was nice to meet you, Jameson. Welcome to MS Enterprise. I will see you tomorrow morning.
It was my pleasure. I will be here tomorrow early. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Good morning, John. Take a seat, please. We will start with the class in some minutes.
Good morning, teacher. All right. Oh, by the way, can I ask you a question, please?
Sure. The class starts in. Well, it doesn't matter. Just tell me, what is your question?
Well, more than a question, I think it's a request. I am having problems with my speaking. I mean, I do well with writing and listening, but I have a hard time speaking in English. I have tried some things, but they didn't work. So, how can I improve my speaking, teacher?
Your speaking? All right. It's good you asked that question. I will help you. And don't worry, I won't repeat the same tips to speak English better. Like, practice every day, record yourself, talk to yourself. Join a conversation group, because I know you have already tried those things. These are some things you can do to improve your speaking. For example, talk to pets or objects. Yeah, I know it sounds a little crazy, but it works. Believe me. This might sound unusual, but talking to your pets or even inanimate objects can be a great way to practice speaking English without any pressure. Describe what you're doing, how you're feeling, or narrate your day to your pet or an object like a plant or a book. This helps you get used to forming sentences and speaking out loud. It's interesting. It's also a way to practice in a relaxed and comfortable environment. So, give it a try. Mimic native speakers. Mimicking or copying native speakers is a powerful technique. When you watch a movie or a TV show, choose a character you like and try to imitate their way of speaking. Copy their accent, tone, and even their body language. This method helps you get a feel for the natural flow of English and can improve your pronunciation and intonation in a fun and interactive way. Oh, you can also practice tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are challenging sentences that are difficult to say quickly because of similar sounds. Practicing tongue twisters can help improve your pronunciation and fluency. Start with simple ones like, "She sells seashells by the seashore," and gradually move on to more difficult ones. Repeating tongue twisters helps you work on the clarity of your speech and makes your mouth more flexible in producing different sounds. Oh, this is something I still do to practice speaking. Debate with yourself. Pick a topic you're interested in and have a debate with yourself in English. First, present one side of the argument, then switch and argue the opposite side. This not only helps you practice forming complex sentences, but also encourages you to use a wider range of vocabulary and think more deeply in English. It's very useful. Oh, many underestimate this, but it is very useful. Learn with gestures. Yeah? While speaking, try to incorporate gestures that match what you're saying. This technique, called embodied learning, helps you remember words and phrases better because you associate them with physical movements. For example, when you say, "open the door," you can make a gesture of opening a door. It's a simple but effective way to make language learning more interactive and memorable. Set a daily speaking challenge. This is something very interesting and funny. Challenge yourself to speak about a different topic every day for a set amount of time, like 5 or 10 minutes. You can choose topics like my favorite food, a dream vacation, or what I did yesterday. This practice pushes you to use new vocabulary and talk about a variety of subjects, making you more versatile in your speaking skills. Talk in English before sleeping. Spend a few minutes before going to bed talking to yourself in English. Reflect on your day. Think about what you did, what you learned, and what your plans are for tomorrow. Speaking in English before sleeping helps reinforce the language in your mind and can even improve your ability to think in English. Record voice memos. It helps a lot. Instead of writing down your thoughts, record voice memos in English throughout the day. You can talk about anything that comes to mind, like ideas, reminders, or feelings. Listening to these memos later helps you catch mistakes. Monitor your progress and notice areas where you can improve. I like this method. Speak in different accents. Try practicing your English by imitating different English accents, such as British, American, or Australian. This not only makes your practice more fun, but also helps you understand the various ways English can be spoken. By doing this, you'll become more adaptable in understanding different speakers and improve your own pronunciation. Translate your thoughts. If you're bilingual or learning another language, practice translating your thoughts into English. For example, if you think of a sentence in your native language, try to immediately translate it to English. This exercise forces you to think quickly and helps you bridge the gap between the two languages, making your English more fluent and natural. Speaking English while exercising. I also do it every day, and it works very well. Combine physical activity with language learning, by speaking in English while you exercise. For example, describe your workout routine. Count your repetitions in English or talk about how you feel during your exercise. This multitasking helps you think and speak in English under different circumstances, making your language use more flexible. Practice with voice acting. I particularly like it. If you want, you can try that too. Voice acting is a creative way to improve your English. Find scripts from movies, cartoons, or even video games and try to voice different characters. Focus on the emotions, tone, and speed of each character's speech. This method helps you become more expressive in English and improves your ability to modulate your voice according to different contexts. And one last tip, because we need to start with the class soon. Improvise conversations. Create imaginary scenarios in your head and improvise conversations on the spot. For example, imagine you're at a party, meeting someone new, or negotiating a deal in English. The key is to think quickly and adapt to the imagined situation as if it were real. Improvisation helps you become more spontaneous and confident in your speaking ability. And that's all I can do for you now, because we have to start with the class. Take a seat, please. Oh, but if you want another video with tips to improve your speaking skills, let us know. Have an excellent day, guys. And don't forget to practice your English every single day.
I hope you liked this conversation. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend.